Where are you, man? Where are you? I wait for you here.
What's up, YouTube? This is the Pro Fight Fan, and welcome to the channel where we talk all things fighting, updates, breakdowns, reactions, and everything in between. In today's video, we're talking about the Soldier of God, Yoel Romero, and we're gonna try and answer the question, is Yoel Romero on steroids? And we're starting right now. Yoel Romero. Man, this guy is a specimen. He's 43 years old and he's still competing with the top middleweights in the UFC. In his last 5 fights, he's either fought for a #1 contender spot, an interim championship, or the middleweight championship of the world. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, but all very close fights where some have made the argument that they thought he'd actually won all 3. I wouldn't necessarily agree, but that's neither here nor there. Many fighters have accused Yoel of being on steroids. Israel Adesanya has recently questioned why Yoel pulled out of his scheduled bout with Uriah Hall, insinuating that Yoel was pulled due to a failed USADA test. Ara Hawani corrected Izzy, advising him that Yoel pulled out due to an injury. Michael Bisping has accused Yoel Romero. Tim Kennedy, who's also built like a tank, has accused Yoel Romero. Robert Whitaker has insinuated it. Chris Weidman has also stated he's felt at a time that Yoel was on steroids, and the list goes on and on. Why do so many fighters insist on accusing Romero? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Let's have a look. His physique. The guy's built like a tank. He has an insane physique, and remember, he's 43 years old. He's got these massive traps. He reminds me of the physique from Alien Engineer Things in Prometheus. Did this physique just come out of nowhere? Let's have a look. So firstly, he's been an elite level athlete for almost his entire adult life. He was competing in the Freestyle World Championships around the age of 20 and would stay at the upper echelon of the sport for 10 years plus. He won gold at the 1999 World Championships and the silver medal in the 2000 Olympics, representing his home country of Cuba. This is the highest level of the sport, where he would win 6 world and Olympic medals. Now let's have a glance. Bro, he looks like a 20-year-old of what we see today. His physique is phenomenal. He would eventually defect from Cuba in 2007 during a wrestling tournament in Germany, and this is where he would turn his attention to MMA. So now let's take a look at his physique over the last 20 years. As a youngster in his freestyle wrestling days 20 or so years ago, in his 4th professional fight, and what he looks like now. The guy has always looked like a Mack truck, but you be the judge. So many would say if a guy's willing to cheat in one way, he's willing to cheat in another way. Let's have a look at different ways that Yoel has tried to cheat in competition. Yoel has done some fence grabbing against Jacare Souza. A little Watergate versus Weidman, where they had to wipe him down before they could start the 2nd round. But the biggest offense inside the cage, one would tell you, is Stoolgate. UFC 178. In a fight against Tim Kennedy, Romero would be rocked by a pair of uppercuts late in the 2nd round. He ended up being saved by the bell. Romero would go on to sit on his stool while his coaches tried to shake him out of it. When the 3rd round was supposed to start, Romero was still on the stool. Now this is the funniest part. He's just chilling there like it's supposed to be a 1:30 break, while John McCarthy was telling the corner to wipe off some Vaseline. Needless to say, the round started 30 seconds late, giving Yoel Romero an extra 30 seconds that he would use to recover, and he would end up knocking out Tim Kennedy in the 3rd round. Now, it's still a subjective argument to say because he stayed on his stool or he grabbed the fence that he would be willing to take PEDs. That is not a solid argument. Next up, we have real controversy. January 12, 2016, the UFC releases a statement that they were advised that Yoel Romero was flagged for a potential doping violation due to a negative fight test result taken by USADA after his win over Jacare Souza on December 12, 2015. The banned substance in question, ibutamorin, also known as MK677. MK677 is a research chemical that increases human growth hormone in the body and was initially developed to treat growth hormone deficiency. Mind you, this news was released publicly, and Yoel would be given 2 weeks to decide whether he would appeal the potential violation. USADA has since changed their policy and no longer makes the information public until the athlete gets their chance to prove their innocence if they so choose. Yoel would adamantly deny consciously taking any banned substance, and he and his manager would go on to state that Yoel had ingested a tainted supplement. Romero's manager, Malky Kawa, would state the substance has a label with a bunch of stuff on it. None of that is illegal to take. What he got popped for is not on the label, so it's obviously not his fault that he popped for this. Yoel Romero would go on to receive a 6-month suspension, and USADA would go on to state in its release that it had Romero's supplement tested and MK677 did indeed come up, even though that banned substance was not listed on the label. So Romero would go on to prove his innocence in this particular case, and he would go on to sue Gold Star Performance Products, and he would win $27 million. $27 million. This even had his nemesis, Michael Bisping, congratulating him on the victory over this supplement company. Apart from this incident where Yoel was proven innocent in over 20 years of competition and being tested for PEDs at the highest levels of sport, he's never tested positive for banned substances. So go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me if you think Yoel is a lifelong natural athlete. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. Videos are dropping on the regular, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification bell. I'm the Pro Fight Fan. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.